All right, guys, in today's video, I'm going to show you the exact funding sequence where you can get up to 150,000 with only 2 hard pulls. But before I get started, let me know in the comments if this is your first time here. Welcome to my channel where we talk about leveraging credit to create cash flow. We talk about business and we talk about finance. Let me know in the comments if this is your first time here so I can welcome you to the family. All right, so first thing first, you obviously need great credit. What does that look like? Preferably a 720 and above. Minimum of 680. Honestly, with today's economic climate, I would say 700, but minimum, but preferably 720 and above. Really, preferably 740 and above. Right, just increases your odds with proof odds and higher limits. But the sequence I'm going to give you, you need to keep in mind. You need to run it this way. You need to understand each bank's underwriting guidelines. Which bank is sensitive to inquiries? Which bank is sensitive to new accounts? Which bank is known to give out high limits? Which banks are more relationship based? So the first sequence and the first bank I would stack is a Chase business credit card. Choose 2 Chase Inc. business credit cards. And the reason is because they are inquiry sensitive. That's number one. Number 2, you can get 2 business cards within a 31-day window. After that, you can't get up. You won't be able to apply for three or more in that same month. So I would apply for Chase. Now it really depends on your region, but mostly they do pull Experian. Sometimes they'll pull Experian and Equifax. Sometimes they'll pull Experian and TransUnion. So what I would do is before you apply, I would do 2 things. Number 1, I would apply in branch. That's number 1. Number 2, I would make sure I have some deposits already going in and a minimum of 5,000. This is because we're shooting for high limits, 50,000 and above. Number 3, make sure you don't apply online and you apply in branch so you can do it with a business relationship manager. And the reason that works so well is because they actually hand the application to the underwriter so he can review it. He can reconsider the application if there's some discrepancies. If you get denied, he can say, let's reconsider this application. It's a lot more wiggle room for you to get a higher approval, number 1, and for you to get approved initially. So you would get approved. You would apply for a 2 Business Inc. Chase or the Business Cash credit card. Number 1, they're 0% interest for 12 months, and they give out high limits, 50,000, 75,000. The credit threshold across our businesses is 150,000, but right now they are given high limits. So if you apply for with a relationship bank manager, you can get 50, 60, 70,000. Let's say you get 50,000 on one card, 30,000 on one card. That's $80,000. One LLC, one bank. That's the first sequence. Then immediately after you get approved, obviously the best is to do it in branch in the morning. Then the same day, right after you get approved, you call Experian and you wipe that inquiry. So it appears, so the next day you have no inquiries from Chase Inc. Then you would apply for American Express. If you're already a customer, that's great because they'll do a soft pull. But if you're not, they pull Experian. American Express is not inquiry sensitive. You could save that for last. I just like American Express because most people are already with American Express, so it's a soft pull, so that's easy, and then you can get that wipe easily. The inquiry from Experian are the easiest to wipe, are the easiest to sweep. You call the bureau. I made a video. Go ahead and check that. If you guys don't know how to remove inquiries, you can only remove them from the business side. Even if it's approved or denied, so it doesn't matter if it's approved or denied. You can get that removed. So right now you have, let's say, 80,000 with a Chase sequence, right? And you don't have an inquiry. Then you go to American Express. If you already have a relationship, it's a soft pull. You get the 2 business credit cards, the ones that offer 0%, the Blue Business Cash and the Blue Business Preferred. You got 4 credit cards, 0 inquiries. Even if they do hard pull you because you're not a current customer, you can get that inquiry removed within 24 hours. So you have 4 cards at 0 inquiries. That's showing on the credit report because you're going to get those removed, right? Now, that the approvals really range anywhere between 10 to 30. I'm going to be conservative. Let's say you get 10 for the American Express. That's 20. You got 80. You got 100,000. Let's say you get half of that. You got 4 cards. You get half of that, 50,000, right? Or 60,000. Then you go to Bank of America. Bank of America, you can get 2 credit cards, 2 business credit cards with 1 inquiry. They pull TransUnion. TransUnion is really hard to get off with the to get that inquiry removed. You can't get it removed. It's just a long process. It's hard to get it removed 24, 72 hours like Experian. So you do have that 1 inquiry. So you apply to Bank of America. They're not as generous as Chase with the credit limits. anywhere between 10 to 20,000, 25,000. So I'm going to be very conservative. You get 10,000 for 2 cards, 1 inquiry with TransUnion. They're going to pull your TransUnion. Make sure you freeze Experian and Equifax when you do that sequence. And then also, so they pull TransUnion. They don't give out as high limits as a Chase. So you'll get 10,000 on each card that you apply for. So you only get 20,000 from Bank of America. You won't. It's going to be hard to get that inquiry removed. But then you will go to Navy Federal. Navy Federal pulls Experian from the business. They pull TransUnion for personal. So you want to, again, Experian is the easiest to remove as far as inquiries go. You go ahead and apply for the business credit card for Navy Federal. You have to be a Navy Federal member, obviously. There's ways to get around that. There's plenty of videos on how to do that. If you want me to make a video on that, let me know in the comments on how you can get in with Navy Federal without having any without being affiliated with the military. There are some hacks and some ways around that. But you apply for the Navy Federal business credit card. Now, the downside with them, their total credit limit exposure is $35,000 across all businesses. That's not really good. However, it's a free card and it's a ghost card. So you can get $15,000 to $25,000 on their business credit card. They pull Experian, you get that inquiry removed within 24 hours. You still got 1 hard pull. You got about 5 business credit cards right there. So let's say they give you $15,000. You got $15,000 from them. You got $20,000 from Bank of America. You got $80,000 from Chase. Then you go to GM business credit card. They pull Equifax. It's a soft pull. You get a pre-approval. You freeze your bureau. Then you accept the offer. Now that they go up to 50,000 on the business side, but one data point you need to keep in mind: they are new account sensitive, so it's best to have the LLC at least a year old before you apply. I've seen people get denied because they have a newer LLC, so it's best to have at least a 9 to 12 month LLC with the GM business credit card, but you get no hard pull. Then if you have another LLC, you can run the same play. You apply, you get pre-approved, you freeze it, then you accept the offer. Let's assume you don't have that. You don't have an extra LLC laying around. So let's say you get anywhere between 9 and 15,000. I got approved for 9,000, but I know why I didn't get approved for a higher amount. That was because my utilization on the personal side was a little higher than I wanted it to be at the time of the application. But let's assume you get the same approval I got, 9,000. Then you would go to PNC. One couple data points to keep in mind with PNC. They are relationship based, number 1. They are inquiry sensitive, number 2. Number 3, they are new business sensitive. So it's best to have an LLC that's at least 12 months with PNC. So you want to open up a business checking account with them. So because it has to be relationship based. They are relationship based. Make sure the same rules apply when you apply for the Chase. Do it in branch. Make a deposit. If you can, if you're willing to wait, season the account, make some deposits, have some deposit history in there, 5,000 if you can, so you can meet that low bank rating. Or if not, just you can apply the same day. They go up to 25,000. Business lines of credit up to 50,000. No docs. Again, they are new LLC account sensitive, so at least 12 months. The business line of credit, you have to be 2 years old. They go up to 50,000. No docs, but that's Experian. You can get that inquiry removed within 24 to 72 hours. So you still got only one inquiry from TransUnion, and then your next funding sequence you would go to Truist. Truist, they pull Equifax. So you got the TransUnion hard pull, you got the Equifax hard pull. Remember, the reason I'm not counting the Chase, the American Express, is because those are really, and the Navy Federal and the PNC, is because Experian is the easiest to get removed, that inquiry, within 24 to 72 hours. So I'm counting the TransUnion because that's really hard to remove, and the Equifax, that's hard to move. You can get those removed. It's just not within 24 to 72 hours. So you got the Truist, they go up to 50,000 business line of credit, no docs. 25,000, 0% interest, no docs. Guys, let me know in the comments if I'm dropping some gems. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit that bell notification. That way you will notified whenever I post a new video. Smash that like button. That's my time. My name is Toby Rosario. Peace.